soil brothers and soil sisters. Today is Wednesday. Trying to get YouTube right. I hope y'all, I think that's YouTube. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. It is a rainy morning here in Georgia, but the temperature is nice. 60 degrees this morning. I think it was 60 degrees. Very comfortable, but dreary. Overcast, rainy, and I'm here for it. Good morning, Soil family. I hope y'all had an amazing day yesterday, an amazing night, and a great morning. Great start to your morning. As long as you are up and at it, I guess we can't complain. Hey, Andell, if y'all can do me a favor and give me a thumbs up as you come in the room and hashtag replay and let us know what's your weather like this morning. This weather kind of make you want to not do nothing but play in the kitchen. So it can be kind of dangerous because I don't need to play in the kitchen but so much, but I love it. I love it. So I want to make sure everybody can see me well. For some reason, Facebook looked funny to me. It could be just me. Oops, I'm going to wipe you off right quick and make sure we good. Good morning, fam. Good to see y'all. This morning we're going to talk about these. Our weather is cloudy and raining soon. Hey, Lady Dagger Status. Good morning. Hey, Sonia, Cloudy, and Hopewell. Uh-oh. I ain't talked to my mom this morning. He in the back somewhere. Trying to get my supplies right. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I love these dresses. You know, I love these Temu dresses. They are so comfortable. Partly cloudy, 51, feels great. And you are up north, right? 51 in Ohio. Good morning, Pennsylvania. Can't hear me good. Great, great. Hey, Sonia, Cheryl, Sherry K. Good to see y'all. So, y'all know we've been in this kitchen. I want to explain two things. I want to go in depth about two things. And I'm going to give my theory of how I feel or how we feel about these two things. One is this, One is my mill. This thing, it is an investment. And a lot of people say, yeah, that thing costs some money. It does. It does cost a couple dollars, but it's so worth it. And I'm going to explain to you why I think it's so worth it. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean, how easy it is to use, and all that good stuff. But first, we need to talk about why would I even want this thing? A lot of people say just use a blender. You can use a blender, but it won't get it as fine as you may need or want your flour. I know we don't want chunky flour at all. We don't want a coarse flour either. We want fine flour for when we baking. But it's totally a preference and it's all up to you. I say start where you can. Now they do have attachments. I was like, oh, Bobby took the attachment. They do have attachments for the KitchenAid. So you can always use your attachment for your KitchenAid. You just got to be careful because you will burn out. You can burn out your KitchenAid with that thing. So we choose not to use that, which is a cheaper route. Now, they do have other kind of mills. Nutri-Mill do. They are running a Black Friday special. And some of the mills don't cost as much. This one is bamboo, hand carved. You know, so, and it's great. This thing should last a long, long time. Like, you should be able to pass this thing down from one family member to the next. So I thought it was a great investment, especially when it comes to our health. But But again, there are a few other ways you can get around buying this meal. You can buy it already milled in powder form. It doesn't have as many nutrients as fresh milling your own. This is wheat. This is wheat. So what we are avoiding, so that's a good question. My berry. Somebody sent us this and it didn't have a note inside the box, but whoever sent this, hey Aunt, whoever sent this jar, thank you. Bobby was like, yeah, you can put a whole lot of cookies in there. No sir. I was like, I would never be able to fill this thing up with cookies, but I can fill it up with berries. So let's go back and talk about the importance of these berries. Now, wheat. Not all wheat is created equal. You know, those are some of my favorite words. Hey, Monica and Ziggy, I gotta text you back. I do, Monica. It's my fault, not y'all's. I got you though. I got you on the list for dinner, so don't worry. Now these are einkorn or incorn berries. People pronounce it however they pronounce it. I forget how to pronounce it, and you'll hear me calling it all different types of things. But these are wheat berries. We do want to avoid certain wheats. It's just like salt. You want to avoid certain salts, certain foods, certain things, certain sugars, because you know when it all boils down, it's all about money. These are ancient grains, and that's what we should consume. We should have consumed, yeah, Mary, you don't want to burn that thing up. 50 years old? Woohoo, that's a long time. But I'm glad it's lasting that long. Mary said her KitchenAid mixer is over 50 years old. That's the best when it's broke in like that. We should be consuming ancient grains, in all honesty. We should not be consuming the wheat that they sell to us in the store. But that's what they put in our face so much. And I always say that even going to the store, one time we would just buy flour because we needed flour. And then we decided, hey, Kayla, we decided, well, let's get a better quality of flour. So we upped our game with what kind of flour we would buy. So we would get things like your King Arthur's or your White Lilies or whatever, a better grade quality of flour. So as you live, life goes on. You say, man, I'm making better decisions. I'm doing, I've cut back on sugar. I've cut back on something, and my health is still not where it should be. And why is this? So doing research, I think we really had our aha moment when we were headed to Virginia, even though we had thought about a lot of things. But when we went to Virginia to see my mom, we listened to a bunch of videos, because that's what we do. When we on a road trip, we listen, we do a lot of research. And when I researched the GI, the glycemic index number on wheat versus sugar, it was a huge difference. So most people say stay away from sugar because it's the devil. I say stay away from wheat, not all wheat. We want to stay away from the store-bought wheat that we normally purchase in the bags, whether it is white wheat or brown wheat. That's what we should be staying away from. So sugar on the glycemic index, I should have had those notes out. Sugar on the glycemic there you go. So sugar on the glycemic index. And now I'm gonna start by saying this is why so many people suffer with diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, high cholesterol, and so much more. Sugar on a glycemic index chart is sit at 59. We should consume foods that sit around 55 or less. Those don't spike your blood sugar real fast. It give you a nice steady rise, which we need that slow and steady. So sugar sit at 59. White wheat sit at 69, which is high. So most people will say, oh, yeah, I got to stay away from white bread, but they will consume wheat bread, meaning brown bread. Whole wheat sit at 72 on a glycemic index. So we have sugar at 59, and we should be at 55 or lower. We got sugar at 59, but then we have whole wheat at 72. So when we did some more research on that, we were thinking, man, so sugar isn't the worst. But how do we get around this wheat thing? Because wheat is in everything, y'all. Wheat is in everything. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell a story about this doctor, Norman Boulay. He received a Nobel Peace Prize for creating this hybridized wheat. Because, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. So the wheat naturally that God provided will grow tall and leggy, and it's top heavy. So what it will do is when the wind blow or it rain, it'll break. What's the most important? What you would think that somebody's health is most important, so they will find a way to stake them up or help them hold up. But instead, because it cost so much money and the farmers were losing more money, they found a way to create a shorter wheat where the farmers could make more money, because now his crops will hold up and this plant will produce 10 times more wheat, which is music to the farmer's ear. But we all know when you tamper with God's product, we just mess it up. We cannot outdo anything God do. Man came along and said, well, I will create this hybridized wheat. Hey, Deb, I'm doing fine. How you doing? And I'll save the world by creating this hybridized wheat. I don't think he really realized how much damage he was doing when he created it, because I won't say that he could be that evil or that mean. I think he thought he was doing the world a favor when he created, especially the farmers, because now they can make money. So create this hybridized wheat in 1972 or something like that, in the 70s. And in the 90s, they started putting it in everything. Well, here we are in 2024, and if we look back over the last maybe 10 years, people have been getting sicker and sicker. Like our babies are born sick. And it's like, wow, I tried to do everything I could to make sure my baby is healthy and feeding them good things and doing this, that, and the third. Without bread, wow. So it's like, what am I doing? I haven't been smoking. I haven't been around people that smoke. I don't drink. I eat a well-balanced diet, this, that, and the third. Why are my kids born with these allergies and ailments? And here we are sick too. And I don't remember this as a little girl. My friends being sick or allergic things or anything. We all ate the same thing. I always talk about how in the neighborhood we grew up in Virginia, we ate at grandma's house. And grandma cooked. If she cooked a pot of spaghetti, we all ate that spaghetti. One of my friends' mom would take us on picnics. And if she took bologna sandwiches, we ate bologna sandwiches. If it was peanut butter and jelly, we all had peanut butter and jelly. I know the products are different now compared to then, but we wasn't allergic to peanuts. We could eat whatever they gave us, we ate it. You was going to either eat that or nothing at all. So now we can't do that. We have to, our kids come with an allergy card, or you got to close the door back there. Our kids come with allergy card of what they can and can't eat, what do's and don'ts. Um, and I think all of that go back to things like our wheat. So he created this hybridized wheat in the 70s, and now we finally feeling the effects from it. And some things take years to start coming down the line, and it's been years of building. Here we are, 2024, and people are sick. And it's like, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get my blood pressure right. Trying to get my cholesterol under control. I'm fighting cancer. You know, my loved ones are, every household got a sick family member. It's not too many households that I can think of that can say that we don't eat bread, or we don't eat pasta, or we don't eat something that contain wheat. Well, we don't think about it that way most of the time, you know. But again, as we took this road trip, we really thought about, wow, we need to look into these ancient grains and see what's good. Now, there are different types of ancient grains. So definitely do your research into ancient grains. And again, I say, if you cannot afford to mill your own right now, at least purchase a bag of einkorn, spelt flour, or something. We started to get spelt when we were at Redmond's grocery store in Utah. And I kept saying, I should get that spelt, but I don't know enough about it to get it. And I wish I had them just to try it. But now that we've fallen in love with this einkorn, you know. There was a time when you open peanut butter and there was a layer of butter. Exactly. You had to mix that peanut butter up, or you was going to get all of that butter at the top, all the oils that sat on top of it. Everything is different. So the benefits of einkorn, and the difference is the wheat that we've been consuming all of these years forever, because all of my life, my mom been going to the store and she'll get a bag of flour and she make whatever she making with that. I know I can have a conversation with my mom today, and my mom is 75, and she'll say, well, you know, she don't know. She don't know. And she may tell me, I've never heard of ancient grains. I don't know. I just get flour, and that's what I've always done. And of course, things do change as years go on, but it's just getting worse. And now this is in everything. So now we've done the research on these ancient grains, which are organic. This is the natural wheat. So there are different ones like spelt. I just talked about spelt, and stay away from gluten, but I think it's the flour. So yeah, when they say stay away from gluten, they do tell you, yeah. And you should stay away from gluten unless it's an original. Like these berries do contain gluten, but it's a different kind of gluten. It's a different type of gluten, which your body can recognize because it's not man-made, not tampered with, and your body can break this down, and actually it can be real good for the gut. So this gluten compared to a man-made gluten, you know, like I said, our arms are too short to box with God. Man will try. Every time, you know, it may look good to the surface, but deep down inside, it's not. Is it a lot cheaper to grind your own flour and buy it already processed? So it's healthier to grind your own. It is healthier to grind your own because you're holding on to all of your nutrients in these berries versus it being pre-ground. I'm not sure how much a bag of grinded up. I think somebody told me they paid like $10 for 3 pounds already grinded up. Yeah, it's not the gluten, and I'm not gonna say it's the man-made gluten and the chemicals. They do spray these fields with tons of chemicals, and we don't know what's organic. So it's the man-made gluten, which is different from the original God-made gluten. You know, it's just like synthetic medicine. Synthetic medicine compared to herbs. You can't compare the two. You know, man-made compared to God's made. God always outweigh man, no matter what. So, in my opinion, it's just the man-made items that we have come to know and love for all these years. You make better choices, and it's still terrible because our body don't recognize this flour. So this flour, this ancient grains are the oldest grains in the world. Um, 80, 8,000 to 10,000 years old. I think the Einkorn berries are about 10,000 years old. We bought these from Ancient Grains on Amazon. Now I did do some research into Azure Standard because the grains on Azure Standard were like half the price of what we paid from Amazon. We compared the notes on both. The ones on Azure were not that well. The reviews were not too good. They got a bunch of funky reviews saying that the wheat isn't good. This one, I'd rather pay double the price to know that we got a good quality of grains rather than try to save money because it's costing us our health. The last thing I want is for my husband and I to get sick, or even our loved ones, the holidays. So if I'm baking something or making something, I'm using this flour. So I want to make sure we are offering the best that we can offer. Now that we know better, so it's time to do better. So we did look at Azure Standard. The reviews were not too pleasing, so we just decided to stay with what we got. We did pay $100 for. We did write a book. It's called Adventures in Homesteading. I'll grab a copy in a minute. We did pay $100 for 25 pounds. I think it was 100% worth it. When I saw that they was $56, I think, on Azure Standard, I was like, ooh, I think we should figure this out because we could get 2 bags for the price of one. 25 pounds for $60 versus 25 pounds for $110. I was like, yeah, but with the reviews, we were just like, no, let's stay where we at. The benefits of the ancient grains. Babe, I need Bobby. I think, babe, Facebook froze. I can't see the comments. I mean, YouTube froze. I can't see the comments. Of course, I talked about the gluten. So this is a healthy gluten that we can process because God made this one compared to the one that man made. Thank you. My husband got me a copy. Adventures in Homesteading. It's available at blacktropical.com. And we do autograph it. When you order it from us, we autograph it. If you order it from Amazon, it comes straight from Amazon and it's not autographed. But if you see us, we'll autograph it. So, high in antioxidants, protein, vitamin B6, vitamin A, and potassium. Everything we consume, our food should be our medicine. And our medicine should be our food. Synthetics are not medicine or food. They are pacifiers just to get you through the moment. That's all. Thank you, Sherry. So we have to make better choices. This is easy to digest and it's a great superfood. I missed a lot on YouTube, right? It's never been hybridized, which is very, very important. I got my partner in crime here.
What did you
Ziggy and I spoke to
What's
Ziggy.
up, fam? How y'all doing this morning? What are we talking about?
Not yet. Just ancient grains.
You never had comments up, or you don't?
Mm-hmm. It stopped at Z and Monica. I think if you were to give Ancient Grains a chance,
Yeah, you missed a lot.
a whole lot. If you give Ancient Grains a chance, your body will definitely thank you. And you have to give it time to reverse whatever you have going on, or just to keep you well. You know, these things. They said, "Good morning, Bobby."
So LaShawn want to know what events we got coming up. So we do have our giveaway.
We do have a giveaway. Black Friday. Is that next Friday? We have a giveaway on Black Friday where we'll be giving away one of Nutrimill's products, the mixer. You'll see this mixer in my upcoming video.
Yeah, we'll be coming out shortly after the live is over.
Okay. The one we're giving away is white. Mine is black and silver, but we are giving away a white mixer. You have to get on our email list at blacktropical.com and follow the instructions. It's 100% free. And the reason for this mixer is so you can make homemade products for your family, so that we can do better. You know, I know time is important now, but we have to take time for ourselves and our family. Our kids are growing up, they don't know how to cook. Like when I see grown women say, "I don't know how to cook," they can't even boil water. I don't understand. There's no reason why. So of course we had to find something to be able to give to the community to encourage people to cook, bake, and get those kids back in the kitchen a little bit more, because our health is screaming for us to go back and take the time to take care of ourselves.
So this is an excellent opportunity, guys. If you bake and cook, this is one of the top of the line mixers. That's going to be our grand prize.
Yes.
Giveaway. But we are going to be giving away some other items during the live. So 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Black Friday. So I like that question. Can you fry chicken with it?
Ooh, my goodness.
So last night, let me tell y'all, I didn't even clean my meal yesterday. I use it every day. I'm going to clean it with y'all in a minute. The meal is expensive. It does cost. The meal does cost. But again, chemotherapy, dialysis, high blood pressure, that costs an arm and a leg. That costs us our life. So that's how, when I looked at the meal, because trust me, when I had to talk to Bobby about buying things like this, couple $100, we need to know, you got to break it down to Bobby. Like, I got to be speaking really slow, so
you got to go into detail and make it make sense to me.
Understand? Yeah.
Like
so
with me, I'm
good.
I'm
Stacey.
more.
Good
You
morning,
gonna have to make me understand why this is the case.
Yeah.
So when there's a situation, I want to know the reason for the situation. I want to know the fix and how it's gonna fix.
Yeah.
So I got to know all that.
Exactly, Mary. When you don't have to hesitate to buy a designer purse or some red bottoms, let me tell you, I got a designer purse from a friend years ago. I used to work for the CEO of Marc Jacobs, and they gave me a designer purse, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And this was before I even met Bobby. What am I supposed to do with this? I mean, it's beautiful, but I don't need this. I don't like, this thing ain't gonna feed us. And then I looked at thousands of dollars. Who buying this and why? But to each his own. I'd rather buy stuff that's I can wear, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Like I said this morning, I love my Temu dress. This dress was like $5. I love it. It's comfortable, and I feel good in it. I love the way I look in it. I don't need a $100 dress or a $500, but I know some people do, and especially now, I look at what is this gonna do? How am I and my family gonna benefit from this purchase? So with this meal, of course, Bobby, we had a bunch of signs that told us you need this. When Bobby said,
And it's a We still here.
Oh,
So Chappelle wanted to know how long does this grain last?
years.
25 years, guys. As long as you keep it in berry form. Now, if you get it already milled, I don't know. But if you keep it like this and use it as you need it, it's good for 25 years, guys.
Yeah, if not longer. So Angela just asked the same question.
Mm-hmm.
It's Grand Teton. If you look in our Amazon storefront, you'll see these berries already plugged there.
So guys, generally when we talk about stuff and just so you don't have to go searching for it, we put it in our Amazon storefront. You can go there. Anything that we use or that we trust, we'll put it on our storefront. So if you hear us talking about something, more than likely it's in our Amazon storefront, because that stop you from having to search and do all the guesswork. Because it took me a long time to find these grains, because I had to do a lot of research and I got to find the best value.
Yes.
Then I got to look at all the reviews. So I do all that before I buy stuff. And once we buy it and we realize it is what it say it is, we put it in our storefront.
Yeah, so, and like I said, I did look at Azure Standard, but I didn't like the reviews. And again, it was half the price of what Bobby paid for these. But again, we talking about our health. So that was important. Somebody purchased this big jar.
Yes,
I think it was for cookies, I want to say, because
that's amazing.
It didn't have a note in it, but I thought about it the other day and I said, yesterday, I said I can put my wheat in there. So hopefully that's what you bought it for.
Hey, and because
that's why we used it. Yes, YouTube. My comments have stopped that I'm looking at, but Bobby checking out the comments. So thank y'all for being here. If you can be so kind to hit the thumbs up for us. Can you put up your link? Yes, I will. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate you.
Hey, Jeanette.
So we have started cooking everything with this. I'm gonna make pie crust soon, but the first thing we made were muffins because they were easy. I've made muffins a few times now because the muffin man he ain't let up off the muffins yet. Now Bobby blood sugar went out of control a couple weeks ago, and of course we had to get that under control without medicine. We got his blood sugar under control by trusting God and making lifestyle changes. One thing was our wheat products. We cut out all wheat products for a little while and just ate meat and beans. Thank you so much for the stars. Meat and beans for the most part. I just started adding little things like corn back to his diet, and now he's eating sweet potatoes and little things. But now that we have this, I wanted to see, what is this flour or this wheat? Is this going to spike his blood sugar? Because
thank you, Chris and Hyla, for becoming a tropical troop. I really appreciate you. Welcome.
We had to see, is this wheat gonna spike the muffin man? He the muffin man. Is this wheat gonna spike his blood sugar? Because if it is, we can't use it. Point blank period. We just gonna have to go carnivore or something, because we can't have anything that's gonna affect our health as best we can. Will there be times where we consume something that ain't good, totally good for us? Yeah. We human and life be lifing.
Can you read the name?
No. So the first thing we tried was the muffins, right? I think it was the muffins. Mm-hmm. So Bobby ate muffins, and I checked his blood sugar. His blood sugar was about 105. And I thought, oh man, that's good. I make muffins with, oh man, it went so fast. Thank you for the stars.
Janine.
Smashed bananas base. So the thing with him having a high glucose number, he can't eat bananas. Dancing banana man.
I gotta be careful with them because they got a high glycemic.
Yeah. I mean, he can eat them, but they gonna spike his blood sugar. Mm-hmm. So we cut out bananas for a while. he can eat berries, so he can eat blueberries, and I made blueberry muffins with this flour. Checked his blood sugar a few hours later, and then the next morning he was sitting around 105, 110, and I thought that was great, especially for the amount of muffins he ate. I was like, okay, you're doing pretty good. So I made muffins again, and I think the same day I made muffins, I made bread. Thank you so much for the stars, y'all. We really appreciate y'all.
So Faye wanted to know, well, you want to finish with this one?
Go ahead.
She wanted to know what to expect in our book. So the book is about a little bit how we got started, our journey. It has recipes in it,
self-healing information, and how you can, it kind of give you tips and a guide of how you can get started in homesteading, because we talk about how we got started. And we've only been doing this a little bit over 3 years now, and a lot of people feel like we've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, so it's one of the things that if you read it and you think that there's no way that you can actually do this, you realize if we did it, if you wanted it bad enough, you could do it also.
Ah, look at that.
That was pretty good.
Is the flour okay already in powder form compared to purchasing a milled grind? So it's okay.
It's okay, but it's not the same.
It doesn't hold the same nutritional value, but it's okay. It's definitely better than what we've been getting from the grocery store. I really think that flour is the root of majority of our issues, because it's man-made again. And I can't say that man did this to make us sick. I think they did it to make money, and now over time it has come to surface, and it has made a lot of people sick.
Yeah, I think they was trying to solve world hunger.
Thank you, Megan.
So they was trying to make a wheat that produced way more wheat, and was more sustainable as far as growing it. So what they did is they made it, and they were so proud of it because it actually helped feed a whole lot of people.
Yeah, and it made farmers money. You know, when farmers lose money, it's a problem. When they losing crops, and then it trickled down, because when they lose crop and lose money, it eventually hit us. The prices go up for what they do have, and we can't afford what they do have. So they made it so that they can make money and we can afford the wheat. Y'all see how cheap a bag of flour is compared to an ancient grain. Now, Bobby got a task for the day. What are you headed outside to do before it pour down raining?
I am going to plant some of these wheat berries because I want to see if we can actually grow it. Now, I'm almost positive we can't grow it through our summer.
Yeah.
Or none of our heated weather. So I'm going to start it now.
Just
I'm going to bring y'all along with me, and we're going to see if we can actually get this grain going, because most of the time it's grown in cooler climates. So if we can grow it through our fall, winter, and possibly harvest it in our spring, we got a better chance of avoiding all the bugs and the warm weather. So we're going to see what we can do.
So right now it's like trial and error just to see, because yesterday I posted a video on TikTok, and the first thing my brother said was, oh, I need to grow some of that. I need to grow some wheat. Let me look into this. And I was like, yeah, boy, you got like 10 acres out there. Let's grow some wheat. So hopefully he'll get into this and see what it's like. But I've made bread with it. How did you feel about the bread?
It was amazing.
What, does it taste different?
It does. It actually has a taste.
That part. Does it? It's kind of nutty, mild taste. It does have a nutty taste, mild taste.
Somebody says cinnamon, but I don't really get cinnamon, but I guess it just depends.
Yeah, I get a mild, nutty taste, but not overpowering. It's very nice and flavorful, meaning you don't have to put all this stuff in it to give it flavor. When I did the muffins last time, I put a little lemon juice in them, and
so Lady Daggerstatus want to know, does it make it darker?
It is dark.
It is dark.
It is dark. So I even made a pound cake, a lemon pound cake.
Delicious.
And I did make it just like I usually make my pound cake. The difference we live in Savannah. The difference with these berries or this flour, it doesn't absorb moisture the way normal flour or the flour we used to do. So you have to kind of take your time and judge it by how it look and how it feel. So I'll mix stuff and then I'll let it sit for a few minutes just so it can absorb that moisture. Now Bobby was concerned that the pound cake wasn't gonna rise. That pound cake did great. When
We forgot the question. Go ahead.
What?
Somebody said, "Can you fry chicken?" In
Oh,
yeah. So we fried pork chop last night for the very first time.
yeah. Let me tell y'all.
Game changer, guys.
I fried pork chop and I said, oh, I might just eat one because I had eaten a salad earlier and I wasn't really hungry. And I said, but I want to try this pork chop and see what it tastes like with this flour. I seasoned it very lightly with Redmond's and a little bit of cayenne pepper because I use that on everything, and the flour, and I fried it. Oh my God. At first I said, oh, I'm just going to eat a little piece of pork chop because I'm not hungry. But I was in there sucking the bone. I was chewing on the bone, trying to get all the crust off of it.
It's crazy. Like, it's almost like he was eating pork chops for the first time. The flavor, the way it actually came out was so good.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. I mean, I hate to exaggerate it, but man, it was crazy. If you ain't never tried that before, it's a game changer.
It's a whole new ball game.
Somebody asked, do you get more flour, once you mill it?
It looked like you do because like when I mill a cup, it looked like I got 2 cups back. But what it is just fluffy.
Lady Dagger status.
Okay, so the flour is so fluffy, it looked like it gave you more back. Mm-hmm. But it's still the same. Sometimes I measure in grams instead of volume by cup, and it gives you the same amount.
Yeah. So if you weigh it, it should weigh the same.
We use peanut oil. The fry. I'm gonna move this thing because I want to move that. Oi. Okie dokie. So
I'm going to look into the berries. It cost me $11.99 for 10 pounds of the King Arthur bread.
Yeah, and that I love King Arthur. I love King Arthur flour, but it's just bad for our system. It's a hybridized wheat that our system don't recognize, and that's what's giving us issues when you bloated and like your belly hurting. It's crazy.
So, guys, keep in mind now, we've been eating wheat since the beginning of man's time.
Yeah.
The hieroglyphics, all the stuff that got wheat in it. That is the grain right there. Generally, is what they've been having. And they haven't had any of these problems that we are having now. Because they GMO'd and then they messed up the way the nutrients in the wheat actually is. Our bodies don't recognize it and we can't process it. So it's not real digestible.
Yeah.
That's where the gluten issues come from. That's where the high blood pressure comes from. That's
cholesterol, cancer,
heavy overweightness, all that stuff. It comes from that. That grain is digestible.
Yes.
So you will get none of those issues. If you gluten intolerant, it's a good chance that you can eat that grain. You can actually start back eating breads and other stuff that's made with wheat.
They just say be careful if you have celiac. Other than that, you can eat that.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. It's a big business. All food, all medicine, all that is humongous business. So therefore, they are not finna yell or get rid of this wheat because it's too much money being made, or that old wheat or flour, because it's too much money being made. So too many people are profiting from that.
We got our grain from Amazon.
Go to our storefront and you'll be able to find it.
Let me see where to get the grain. So,
and let me tell you guys, I did all the research. I looked at everything. I looked at all the reviews. I looked at for the companies and for the grains, because I wanted to get the best grain and I wanted to make sure it was organic and natural. And it was a trusted company that was going to actually send us what they say that they was going to send us. So, we're really happy with that. And, I know a lot of people don't get the fact that the flour that's in the store has all these issues. But think about all the people who have tried to cut back on sugar, who tried to lose weight, who tried to exercise more, and still can't do it. One thing about the body, guys, you'll realize if you give it the right conditions, that means keep all the bad stuff out, your body will naturally repair itself.
Yep.
But it can't do it if you keep contaminating it. So
yeah. And we contaminate it in so many ways that we don't even realize, because they lie to us so much. They play with our health behind a dollar, and it's not fair to us, that we got to do so much research to try to fix ourselves. The KitchenAid attachment does exactly what this mill do. Oh,
somebody else asked about the grease. Did it come up? No.
No.
Yeah.
I put it.
So we use peanut oil.
This KitchenAid attachment does exactly what this machine do, but you have to be careful with this because it will burn out your KitchenAid.
Yeah, we sending this back today.
So it's no point in burning out the KitchenAid when we gonna look. I done probably got my $400 worth out of this thing because I use it all the time. I started a sourdough. My sourdough is sitting up here doing its thing. This is the most active sourdough we've ever had. We've tried sourdough multiple times, and now we finally got it. So my sourdough is sitting up here doing its thing. That video will be coming out soon. This is the mill we use. It has one button, a on-off button. To clean this thing, it is so easy.
So what's
Go ahead.
What's I forget, doctor that we met up in Utah.
You talking about Bill?
Huh?
You talking about Bill?
Bill, yeah. So
Eat like a human.
Yeah, eat like a human. We were talking to them, guys. So they have a restaurant, and they also had issues with their
blood sugar.
Mm-hmm. So they went to a carnivore diet, but what they did is they started sourdough. They started with sourdough bread, and what they would do is they will eat something that they made with sourdough, and then they will test themselves. And they did it over and over, and they realized it did not spike their glucose at all. Mm-hmm. So making sourdough, and they're healthy, so I'm sure that they use the same kind of grains that we're using, because everything that they make for health reasons. That's in their stores. So they're
cheaper than the Coach purse. Oh yeah.
Primarily carnivores.
Yeah.
But they do have a restaurant where they actually serve other foods. So
yeah.
And these are real educated people, and they actually did all the research that they need to do to get this information. So I definitely trust them. So if you are having problems with your blood sugar, getting a sourdough and getting rid of that old grain is going to be the main thing you should do.
Well, what I would do first, if I have problems with my blood sugar, the first thing I would do is cut out everything for a while, because you need a hard reset. Mm-hmm. Like, you need to give your body time to
get itself better.
Yeah, to get it together. It need to get rid of all the junk we've been consuming and reset. So I would definitely cut out everything. It hurt my feelings to throw away my white lily flour and all these different. I was like, oh my God.
We threw
I should just keep it. But yeah, get rid of it. That way I'm not tempted to ever use it, because I care about us. No, I love us. And I want us healthy, and I want us to live. Whatever God see fit for us, that's what I want. So what am I holding on to that flour for? I ain't gonna use it. And I see a lot of people use the ancient grains and mix this other flour with it. To me, that didn't make sense. I was like, I'm not using that. I don't want to use that flour. Why would I mix this store-bought flour like King Arthur or somebody else with ancient grains? To me, that's kind of defeating the purpose. So I just don't use it at all, and I don't have any problems. We don't sell flour at all.
No.
We don't sell it.
If you are, Cynthia, if you're using anything, if you're trying to control your sugar and you're going to use a flour,
Yeah,
the
it would be
ancient
this one.
grains are what you
Ancient
want to
grain
use.
will be the best. And honestly, you don't have to have a sourdough with ancient grain. Sourdough just make it better. Yeah, defeat the purpose, right, Sherry? I was like, why are they mixing it? So to clean this thing is simple. You don't need water. It come with this little brush. Sometimes when I'm milling, you'll see me going just because I want to make sure all of my wheat. Once you dump it in, it'll all go down and come out here. But sometimes you'll see me brushing up here just because I'm trying to brush all of my grains down to make sure they all mill.
So our smoking, we'll have a video coming out in
What's that?
a couple of minutes about how we use this flour.
Oh, what's coming out?
A video.
Muffins. Okay. So it's a little button up here. I push this little button, little black button, and twist it, and this part will come out. I didn't clean it yet because I wanted to be able to show y'all. So my top is clean. Simple.
Lady Dagger status, yeah, we all thought that. And this is the information that is not spread. She said that she thought she was doing better by getting one ingredient flour. We can believe that we're doing it. All the stuff like, people say that they want to use all the substitute sugars. But nobody knows how the sugar is made, what chemicals are used, and how it's actually made. So just because it's made out of a certain, supposedly a certain kind of fruit or something like that, don't necessarily mean it's healthy. The way it's actually produced means something.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's a whole lot of junk thrown in there to make it what it is, but it's sold as a healthy alternative. So you're going to eat a substitute sugar or sugar-free soda, or any of that stuff, but it's sweet. So it's used in something, which is probably a whole bunch of chemicals thrown together to make it taste a certain way. And what are them chemicals doing to your body? You don't know. So you eat whole foods and you way better off.
They use titanium dioxide and sugar, a lot of it. This meal was $450. It is on sale. So they do have cheaper meals. They have a new meal that's like $200 and something or $200 or something. This one is around $400.
What's up, J3GS?
They are running a Black Friday special. So this is how I clean this. There in the inside, this is what it looked like. There are some stones in here.
The Rambling Peach.
Hey, Rambling Peach. There are stones in here that grind your flour. All I do, those two stones grind it together. No water at all. You don't want to wash this. I just brush it all. And the same thing with this side. Just brush it out. And this is how you clean it. I ain't worried about brushing it out too much, because in a little while, I'll be in here cooking something. So, it's pretty much clean. I got some on the sides, which I ain't worried about. But my wheels are clean. This one. Now I just stick it back in there.
Lady Dagger status said that, so for all-purpose flour, you need to add baking soda. I don't think you got to change that.
Well, I use for for these, and now it's clean and it's ready to go. For far as all purpose, I just use this to make my cake, which turned out perfect. I did nothing no different to the grains. I just grind them up and use them as they were. Hey Kelly, what kind of flour can you get until you save one of these?
This is a reminder. Feed sourdough. This is a
So,
reminder. Feed sourdough.
Allie Joe Place sourdough recipe. She is making a video for it. So,
Oh, okay. Yes, I am making a video for it. And since this thing is telling me to feed my sourdough, we'll feed the sourdough together. Because I know in a few minutes I'm going to forget. So you can talk for a minute while I get set up.
yeah, so we done tried sourdough a few different times, and of course, we never could stay focused on it enough to get it going. So this is the first time, and she's doing great. I mean, I think that we'll be ready to be making our first sourdough.
In a few days or so.
Yeah, so that's great. Thanks for responding on the book. Looking forward to receiving it. Hey, thank you for all the support, Faye. We appreciate you. Good morning. I can't. Mama. Well, this is a great time to look for deals on the meal. Yeah. So that's one of the things we're gonna be doing also. Black Friday sales are coming up, and of course, y'all know we lost all our food during the storm. So we bought a half a cow, and oh man, I gotta talk about that too. But now we got a freezer full of meat. We already restored that, and we got to make sure whenever something like that happen again, we can power our freezer and possibly an air conditioner. So we're gonna go looking for that during the sale. Now a lot of people, when we talked about us purchasing our meat, asked us, did we go and get us a generator? Well, no, not yet, because it seems to make more sense to wait until I get the most bang for my buck. So therefore, we're gonna try to see if we can find somebody that actually are having a sale on it. So that's gonna be great. Guys, man, that meat that we got. Oh my goodness, man, grass fed. 100%. I mean, it's amazing. We made burgers for the first time with our ground beef, and when I tell you, it was amazing. I literally would like to eat a burger more than I would love to eat any steak, and I love steak.
That steak was good too.
Yeah, but that meat, that hamburger was so good. You talking about the difference in the flavor of getting the meat from a farmer that treated his animals well versus getting it from the store, it's night and day. When I tell you, whew, matter of fact, we want some more tonight. I want some more.
I need to get some. Yeah, because
Want me
I'm
to take some
salad.
out? Go ahead and do what you do.
So we're gonna feed our sourdough.
Like guys, let me tell you something. When you switch to all this stuff, you're not gonna be missing out on a thing. It tastes amazing.
Yeah.
You're gonna almost feel like you eating breads and cakes and cookies for the very first time. And you talking about frying them.
Ooh, Lord, let me tell y'all, we haven't tried anything yet that made us say, nah, we ain't gonna do that one.
No.
Or we gotta do that different.
None that make you
Everything.
think that I gotta get used to this. No.
Everything has been like, man, I've been
Amazing.
missing out.
Yes. Like hamburgers. Like how in the world you get that much flavor out of hamburgers?
And let me tell you, and I said,
Juicy.
when I make hamburgers, I usually put egg in it and seasoning and all this stuff. And something told me don't do that. All I took was the raw meat and made patties. I didn't season it. I ain't put no eggs, no breadcrumbs,
You
no
ain't season
nothing.
it?
What I did was I took a little bit of Redmond's and sprinkled it on top
Jesus.
while it was frying.
I started to yell to the front of the house and get back. That's what I did last time when she made that bread.
He did.
And I had some ribs, and I took it and put the ribs in the bread to make a rib sandwich.
I was like, what's wrong with
Man,
him?
that just my taste buds went crazy. I just had to start screaming like, "Oh my God, babe, you need to know about this."
So when I feed, my sourdough is day 6 today. And you can see it's starting to rise some again today. It's been kind of dormant the last few days. Every day, this is what I've been doing. It did, yeah. Will it rise the bread? It does. Yes, that is good. So that's the thing. If you're gonna get a cow or half a cow and you feel like it's too much, see if somebody will go in with you. That, let me tell you, if you can get some meat locally raised, your life will forever change.
Better quality. You
I
will
don't
save
know.
a ton of money.
I don't know what. Look at my finger.
When you cut it.
I don't know what they'll taste like on the grill.
Oh, I don't know. It tastes so good the way you cooked it. Like, I don't know if I ever even want to try it. Janice, we don't sell wheat on our website, but if you go to Amazon storefront, our Amazon storefront,
Hey, Rachel.
you should find the wheat that we're using. This is Incron.
Yeah, Incron.
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 However you want to pronounce
He
it.
say Incron, I say Icron. It's like pecan. Y'all get it, right? So, sourdough. I am proud of this sourdough. It's a little funky. But funky is good when it comes to sourdough. It's drunk. I ain't gonna say it's funky. I don't like the way beer smell. It smell drunk. He's scared. He was
It
scared.
smells like a
It's just a little drunk.
Yeah, it smells like a kind of fermented strong bread.
So that's what it is. We fermenting our flour here. Now you do want to use a whole wheat flour. They say like a bread flour. Use an ancient grain. I don't know if it's been the flour. We've tried so many different things and always failed. So I fed this yesterday. Now all I'm gonna do today is take out
Thank you, LaShawn.
half, and I'm gonna.
She said that there's jars now in our store.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for working on the back end for us. I'm gonna take out half of this and discard it. I can give this to the chickens, but because I'm trying to establish my sourdough, I won't give this to the chickens.
So Cynthia Sykes said, "Hey, Black's Tropical Homestead, I just wanted to let you know I started using the cayenne pepper 3 times a day and went to the doctor. My pressure was good. I didn't believe it at first, and I asked, are they sure? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and just imagine how much the cayenne pepper costs versus your medication.
Yep.
Think about the side effects, the issues that you're going to have from the synthetics versus the cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Think about the cayenne pepper is more than likely going to fix your issue versus just pacifying it.
Yes. No, we don't sell eggs or meat. We be so busy feeding our family and friends. When we have eggs, we just give them to our family.
So she asked, did we put an oxygen absorber inside the jar?
I didn't put anything in it yet. I mean, this jar is pretty heavy and good. So I haven't put any. I just put these berries in yesterday.
And I haven't heard anybody say that was necessary, but it couldn't hurt, I'm sure.
Yeah, I will put one in, but I haven't yet. Oh, so when you use this machine, I don't need any of these jars because I'm gonna put it directly in my jar because I know all I'm doing is.
Thank you, Al Smoking, for the super chat.
Thank you. We appreciate you. You don't have to clean this, wash this out, or anything. I took half of what I did was I discarded half of what was in the vessel already. So now what I do need is 60 grams of berries. I do have a scale here behind my flour. I'm going to zero it out. And I'm going to get 60 grams of my berries. Which is there.
So we try to stage everything inside our Amazon storefront in groups depending on what you use it for. So yeah, you should be able to find the grains along with some of the mixers.
Mm-hmm. For water, I'm going to use 30 grams, and I use distilled water just because I try not to use anything that got chlorine in it. So I'm going to get 30 grams of non-chlorinated water. And my water is room temperature just because the sourdough doesn't normally like cold. So I try not to give it
Yes, Lady Dagger, this is all Incron.
Yep, 100% Incron. Okay. So I'm gonna grind. This thing is a little loud. It only take a few seconds. Now on the inside of here, I forgot to mention that. On the inside of here, this thing, you can turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on if you want coarse or fine. I keep mine on fine all the time, so it is on fine. So when I feed my sourdough, I just stick my jar under here and let it put my flour right in the jar. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, get my flour milled. You can tell a difference in the sound when it's done.
So thank you, LaShawn, for reminding us. Again, guys, if you just came in, we are going to have a giveaway where we're going to give one of the top of the line mixers away.
She on Facebook, YouTube?
YouTube, yeah.
Let me see. I need to make her a moderator.
One of the top of the line mixers, about a $500 value. We'll be giving away on Black Friday at 7 p.m. along with some other items. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway, you want to go to our website and get on the email list. We will send you more information on what you need to do.
Yes, Blacktropical.com. I know, Jennifer, I'm excited about sourdough. This is a Nutri-Mill grain mill. You can find it. I got it pinned. It should be at the bottom of the chat. So now I have my flour inside my jar. I have my 30 grams of water. Pour that in. And I'm going to mix this until all of my flour is well incorporated. I don't want no dry flour in here.
So guys, I hear a lot of people asking questions on who we got our meat from. We're not affiliated with them, and I don't think they ship. But what you can do is do some investigation on local farmers in your area. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're in our area, the people that we use, it was Hunter, but you will have to drive to them and pick it up or meet them somewhere that they actually make deliveries to.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure where all they come, but like for us, they came to Forsyth, which is down the street from us. So a month or so, like 4 to 6 weeks after you order, they'll send you a message and call you and say, hey, we have your meat ready and we'll pick you up on such and such day. Yes. You can pick it up or they'll bring it to you.
They can get backlogged, and they raise their own cows, so they have to process it, package it, and put it up. So they have to have time enough to do all that.
We don't have flour in our store, but Amazon storefront, you can find Incron flour that's already milled.
And it's pinned in the chat.
It is pinned at the bottom.
So just
The grinder came from Nutrimil, which is also pinned.
So guys, do us a favor, give us a reaction, thumbs up, a like,
A share.
share. If
all
you're
that
not
good
following
stuff.
the channel, go ahead and follow us. We do all this stuff all the time.
Or just a hello.
Yeah.
Because if you're watching, some people like to watch from the bushes. And we appreciate you too. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe or follow us. To follow us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube doesn't cost a thing. To follow us on Facebook doesn't cost a thing. We do have subscription clubs where you can join, but just to hit that button, it doesn't cost anything.
And guys, if you're just in the chat and you want to be notified whenever we go live or we do something, making a comment is the best way to do it. Making comments whenever you come to the channel will be a best way for the platform to know that you're interested, and they'll let you know that, hey, these people are live.
Yes.
People that you're commenting to, that you like, they're live. So make sure you say something. Ask a question, make a statement, whatever. Say hello.
So what I do, this rubber band, I put this rubber band. I'm nosy, y'all. I'm nosy. I love to see what's going on. And I try not to guesstimate how much it grew.
Yeah.
So my sourdough is here. So I put my rubber band down to where it's at now. My starter is here. And as you can see, I don't clean my jar. I just try to scrape down the sides as best I can. But I put this rubber band here so I can tell. And I got another one. So if I see this growing, I'll take this other rubber band and I'll pull it down to wherever I saw it growing to later, if it grows. I need to see. I usually keep this in the microwave because the temperature, a few nights drop down in the 50s or something. So I try to keep it around 70 degrees. So I'll just stick it in the microwave just to keep it warmer, not to warm it up. You don't want it over 80 degrees, but this is my sourdough. I just fed it, day 6. I'll leave it here. I do put it on this thing just so it's not sitting on a cold counter. And I put the top on it, but I don't lock it down. I probably should put it on a plate just in case it grow and overflow, but it doesn't matter to me. I just want to see it grow. I know it can go through this dormant stage sometime for about a week or so. Sometime it doesn't. It just depends. I hear it. Sometime it can take up to 2 weeks to get a good sourdough started. It can take a week. So right now I'm just on pins and needles waiting for it to grow good. Once it double in size, I'll do a float test and see how if it's gonna float or not. If it float, I'm making bread. If it don't, I'll feed it again. So that's why I have the rubber bands here, just so I can measure and say, I know I'm starting here. Now when it grow here, I'll put my other rubber band down just so I can see how much it'll grow throughout the day. They do have sourdough kits. I told my husband the other day, I think you need to buy me a sourdough kit or something, container, because it does have a temperature strip and I think something, I don't know what all they got. Anyhow, this is my sourdough kit. I just got a jar that I already had. We have distilled water and we're using our berries. And it just takes time and patience, which I didn't take the time at first. And then it could have been just God saying, no, I don't want it to work because I don't want you to use this flour, which I can accept that too. So now it seemed like it's working good.
So the reason we picked this meal is because of the reviews and the fact that it's a beautiful hand carved meal. So if you look at the reviews on it, it is, one of the more desirable meals.
Yeah.
And it works perfectly, like flawlessly. Nobody really had nothing bad to say about it. So
even they have a new one that's white. The reviews on that are good too, but we had already had our mind set on this one. So I say something is better than nothing. Just make sure the reviews are decent or good reviews, because you don't want to buy a machine and then the machine give up on you in a few weeks. You want this thing to last. Your great grandkids to be like, this was my granny's.
So always be kind. You say that you're already on our email list. That's fine.
Good.
Whatever social media platform that you use, just be,
Yeah. But
subscribe to us.
the live will only be on Facebook and YouTube. We'll multi-stream to Facebook and YouTube because we'll play some games. We have a few things to give away. I was pulling out stuff the other day. I was like, oh my goodness, here I go. I don't know what my husband want to talk about. Let me see.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that on the. If you just came in, we're gonna be doing a giveaway on Black Friday at 7 p.m. It's gonna be on the top of the line mixers, almost a $500 value, and we're gonna be giving it away to one lucky winner. But we're gonna also be giving away some of the items that we have that.
Some of our favorite things.
Yeah, some of the things that we use on a regular basis and we love. So.
Some more of our favorite things.
So that's a hydroponic system. They are amazing. Now, one of the things we do with our hydroponic that, a lot of people don't, we start seeds in our hydroponic. So it is the best way to get the most root system, the best chance of growth. Take it out while it's young. And and you can get started early in that and then move it to a pot.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you do it early enough, and you can get all your plants started and have zero fail rate.
Yeah, that machine, that hydroponic system is how we grew 150 pounds of tomatoes before June.
Mm-hmm.
By June. Because once it get 75, 80 degrees, it'll put out flowers, but they won't set. So I started ours early and we got them outside. It's crazy how that machine will help. But she said hold it up again. But if you live up north and you have issues with snow and you still want to grow food, these things.
Henrietta, yes, we're in Savannah, Georgia.
This is a smart hydroponic system. This is the exact same one that we use, one like this.
So Henrietta said the microwave was a good idea. She said Grandma used hers in the oven.
Yeah, I'd be scared of my oven sometime because I'll just be finished baking and I'll leave it out until I go to bed. We all go to bed at the same time. Well, other than Nala. Nala go to bed before me. I go to bed when it get dark, but Nala want to go to bed super early. I put the sourdough to bed too, which is the microwave.
So Stanley want to know the name of the seed company.
Who is that?
Our seed company.
Baker Creek.
Baker Creek, yeah.
Thank you, Mama. Now I can throw my homemade one away. What's that? Your homemade what?
So our smoking says spring water okay.
Yes, spring water is okay. Even filtered water from the refrigerator. Just make sure it sit out a little while to get room temperature. Nala, look, and the other night, Nala wanted to go to bed, so Nala went to bed early. And then Trudy stayed up for a little while. But every time I looked, Trudy was looking at me like, I said, what's wrong? You want to go to bed? And she took off running, so I put her in her kennel. So the mixer.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you.
The mixer is our main giveaway. That's our grand prize. So we do have other prizes to give away throughout the live. You have to be here to win. And we'll talk and chat and give away things for a little while until we finally get to the main prize or the grand prize, which is the mixer.
And so you have to be a member of the channel. You have to be subscribed to the channel. And you need to be on our email list.
You definitely got to be on that email
If
list.
you're not on the email list and you win,
Yeah.
you won't win.
You do have a few instructions there, and I see people. Again, my brother was on TikTok yesterday, and I was like, "Dude, you only had to do it once, but come on!" And then he kept coming back like, "Oh yeah, I forgot this," and I was like, "Okay."
Good morning, Anna.
So the live is Black Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll put out some reminders and a whole bunch of stuff. I plant my plant bottle. I'm growing my cayenne pepper in. Yeah, so she grew her cayenne pepper in a regular plastic bottle. Mm. It should be time to up pot that thing now, right? You got to send us some pictures of it.
So Earth,
we appreciate you.
If you're not on social media, you're not going to know we're doing a giveaway. So you have to be on social media.
Well, so you can comment your favorite. When do you comment your favorite fruit or vegetable? She said she don't understand that. So I'll go ahead and explain that right quick. Anywhere we talk about our live, you can comment your favorite fruit or vegetable. So even if it's here today, you can comment that here today. My friends in my head. Oh, so.
Can you mention the butcher? I'm in Valdosta. So that is
Hunter. Right? Hunter Cattle Company. And oh my God. Company. Cattle. What is it? How you say it?
Cattle.
What'd I say? Cattle.
Cattle. Okay, yeah. It's cattle.
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 Ain't the same?
No. Cattle is a cow.
That's what I said. Cattle.
In the Virginia way, yeah. Okay.
Cattle. Cattle.
Pineapple is
like
my favorite tree.
Cattle.
Cattle.
Okay. Cattle.
Kettle is
no.
Kettel. Cattle is
C-A-T. Cat. Cat. He teach me how to talk. Cattle. When I first moved here, I was in love with Hardee's chicken sandwiches. And I used to always say,
Sean, thank you for becoming a tropical tree.
I used to always say, ain't no Hardee's. They don't have a Hardee's here. And the whole skate team, I used to skate. And they would be like, no, I ain't never heard of that. And finally one day we were going up 204 and I saw Hardee's. And I was like, there go Hardee's right there. And they were like, oh, Hardee's, or however you say it. And I'm like, same thing. What y'all thought I was saying all these years? They were like, you were not saying Hardee's. Hardee's. Okay.
Hardee's?
Hardee's.
Like a pretty girl?
No, not Hardee's. Not Hardee's. Like hot. H-O-T-T. Hardee's. H-A-R. Hardee's.
You leave it at all the sounds of the alphabets. Hardee's, you say.
She said just say cat tail. Cat tail. Hold up. He played too much. Cat tail. Hardee's. There you go, Joy. Not that Hardee's, Joy. Hardee's, the restaurant. I don't know. That's that South. I'm not even from like the deep South, but I'm from Virginia. And all my words, a lot of my words, people are like, but even him, he said.
So you can say, I thought I had an accent.
People, you said guava and they thought you said walnut.
Yeah, I'm like, how in the world you get guava from a walnut?
Hotties. We need a speech therapy class. Even beer. How you say beer?
It's beer.
Beer.
Mm-hmm.
Beer.
You be saying bear.
Beer. So, yeah, cat tall.
So you leaving out the R.
Cat tall. Say hard ease. Oh, is it Hardee's?
Yeah.
Oh, so what do I say? Hardee's. Hard ease.
Like a group of pretty girls.
They need to rename. They need to respell that restaurant to Hard Ease, just like that. HARDEES.
That's how it sounds. If you actually sound it out.
Hardee's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not D's. Hard Ease. hard ease. That don't sound like. That don't look like Hardee's. That look like Hardee's.
So you're not pronouncing it wrong. You're reading it wrong.
No, I read it. I say it just like I see it. I spell like that sometime too. Yeah, look, I ain't lying. I'd be like, ooh, sometimes it's just hard conversations. He'd be like, what?
That's what I said. No, you did not.
I said it like I said it, and I'm gonna spell it like I said it, and people are gonna be like, what is that? She just made that up. So, just wanted
What's up,
to tap
JT?
in and show some love. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So, y'all, yeah, we're going to get out of here. I definitely want to come on and explain our berries and our meal a little bit more. You can get around it. I say at least buy the flour. Ancient grains. Look into ancient grains. Buy the flour if you don't want to invest in the machine right now. But eventually you will invest in this machine because your body gonna thank you. Most important, we have to take care of our bodies. We have to do better. And the sad part is it's almost like a riddle. You got to figure it out. You got to do a lot of research. We got to have these conversations and help each other because they don't tell us. They don't come out and just say, hey, this is what it is. These berries are not cheap. But the cost of healthcare is ridiculous. And then what it cost us on our heart because it hurt to see our loved ones going through it. We just got to do better, and we have to find things that we supposed to use and how we supposed to use it. We've had nothing but great success in everything. Frying foods, cakes. I haven't made cookies yet, but that made me think. Cakes, muffins, bread, everything is good. I'm on the flow.
Frying food.
Explain hotties. Hey man, I can't. Hotties got the saltiest chicken in the world. I used to like Hotties chicken sandwiches.
And guys, understand, this week don't have none of the issues that the other week do, and they know that week has these problems.
Yes.
They know that is the cause of most Americans' issues. It helps the medical profession. It helps the pharmaceutical companies, but it hurts you. So you know about it now. Hopefully you've been listening.
Yeah, do
your
research for sure.
and then spread that to your friends and family. Everybody's not going to listen.
Yeah, the difference in ancient berries and the flour in the store is one is a synthetic, man-made, in the store, and this ancient berry is God's creation, perfect. This is what God intended for us to use. Like we always say, the body is capable of healing itself. We can come back from anything. We just got to give it the right conditions. That include our wheat. So yeah, majority wheat ain't good for us because if you go to the store, 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna see this. Very few places you will see this. Again, when I was in Redmond's, I saw ancient flour because I kept saying, should I get this spelt? But we didn't know enough about it.
I forgot. You get a discount when you go through our link, right?
Yeah, so if you go through for Nutrimil, you
But
do get a discount.
Is it pinned?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go through our link, you do get a discount through Nutrimil.
Yes.
For your mixer, if you decide to purchase one of the mixers, or for the bread meal.
Yeah, so they are running a Black Friday special, and you'll get a discount from us on top of that. You can buy a smaller bag through Amazon. I would say Amazon. Who is that? Grand Teton is where we get ours from. That's the buyer, and I have absolutely no complaint. We got to go to the store. When I come back, I probably will make pack rusk, maybe cookies. It's gonna be something.
I'm gonna take a good bit of this out here and I'm gonna put it in the garden.
You're gonna take that over there.
What you got over there?
A bag for you.
Oh.
Do not
We still got that much more left?
mess with this.
So,
What are good books to start learning about? we'll talk about that on Friday. But the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine and the Hidden Remedies of Herbal Medicine, but definitely the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. You can also find that in our Amazon storefront.
You remember what that show was on Amazon that was talking about our foods?
Food Inc.
I think it was Food Inc. Was it the one that we also heard about all the issues that grains having on our bodies? Or was that a different one?
That's a different one.
So guys, the research is out there. I mean, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not something that people are guessing on. The tests are out. The grains that we're eating, that's in everything, are the reasons for all our health issues. It's probably the reason why a lot of people can't ingest milk. Because once you mess up your body by putting foreign stuff in it, the chemicals, the GMO, it's gonna not work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And if it don't work the way it's supposed to, your body gonna kick back on it.
Yeah,
So
versus raw, like when you get raw products, like raw milk, your body tolerate that different. But that's why I say, what is organic? We know what we think organic is. We know that organic is freshly grown products with no chemicals and pesticides. It's, if anything, we use manure or organic something, like we have a compost machine in here. We'll take our food scraps, compost them, and that go out there. That's organic matter. Worms, stuff like that is organic. But what's organic to the government? You know, some of our products say organic. Do that mean you got to stop spraying 15 days before you process this food? Or on this side, and then on this side, it can go up until the day that you process it? Does that mean organic? Or is it never sprayed with pesticides and chemicals? So we don't know.
And the chemicals you put in your body, guys, what is 1,000 new chemicals a year?
It's crazy.
Is being created to put in your foods, and your body don't have no idea what that stuff is and what to do with it. And all it do later on in life is cause issues.
Major issues. The link should be pinned at the bottom. They'll definitely be in the description or in the comments. Facebook will probably find them in the comments. When I end this live, I'll make sure I put it there again. And
when we get off, I'm gonna go ahead and post the muffin video. So if you're interested in seeing
dirty truth about your food,
how muffins are, that what it is?
That's what Dr. LaShawn just said.
Okay, and yeah, so you'll get to see how the muffins turned out. Did you film the cake? The cake is absolutely delicious, guys, and it's beautiful. What you used to seeing, the white color, light color, yellow color, whatever, that's no longer there. It's a browner color, but it tastes amazing. And think about it, you don't have to put as much stuff in there just to get the flavor out of your wheat.
Yeah, because they got a good flavor.
They got its own flavor, and you just add into it when you put, we use raw sugar, and whatever you put in there will add to it. But you don't have to put as much of it in it because it has a taste. Even with your breads, you got to put all these herbs and spices and all that just so you could have a good tasting bread. Yeah. This bread tastes amazing by itself, guys.
Yep. So, what kind of muffins? Blueberry muffins.
Blueberry muffins.
Yep. I did put walnuts in one time.
Yeah, not in this
one. So blueberry muffins. You don't have to add gluten to it. You don't. They have gluten, but it's a healthy gluten.
This is a digestible gluten. The gluten that's in that's in the ones in the store, because they're hybridized, they're GMO. The glutens, our bodies don't recognize it, so it can't digest it or process it the way it's supposed to, which is giving you the high blood pressure, the overweightness, cholesterol issues, all that stuff there. So if you ever thought about doing all the stuff necessary to make yourself healthy and nothing's working, but you're still eating stuff that contains days, wheat, know that more than likely that's your issue.
Yeah, and this is safe for diabetics, especially like blueberry, because blueberries are low on the glycemic index. You can eat berries are good for diabetics, but everything in moderation. So I chose blueberry because I know that it's low on the glycemic index versus banana nut bread. I know bananas are high on the glycemic index, so I went for things that are in a certain amylopectin group, so that I can keep the blood sugar spikes from going crazy.
So always
hey AJ,
always be kind. Yeah, we use raw sugar now. Grant you will see recipes that's on our channel where we didn't use it.
yep. I'm putting out old recipes now, so you can
Yeah.
see the old and the new.
So you swap. You need to swap your sugars, because when you know better, you do better, right? So now we know the process, because we went and looked into the process of making white sugar, and it's absolutely disgusting. And there's a lot of chemicals that go into doing it. So
yeah, they put titanium dioxide, like pounds and pounds and huge loads of titanium dioxide in the sugar beets and sugar cane to make it white.
yeah.
I mean, after they pull a whole bunch of stuff out of it. But what is it? 14% of the beet and the cane that you use for sugar or something? It's crazy.
And the sad thing, guys, some of y'all gonna say, I use all this other kind of sugar. What's some of the stuff they be saying?
Monk fruit, date sugar.
Yeah, that stuff still probably the process still probably the same.
Yeah, we just careful when it comes to those substitutes, and we just use cane sugar now.
Just so you know, I ain't trying to scare nobody and say that this is perfectly fine, because it's probably not. But you want to use something that has less of the process, so that you can not have none of the issues.
Speaking of sugar,
Or less of the issues. Let's put it that way.
it's a whole tray of sugar in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I did harvest my sugar cane, and I went through the whole process. I videoed it, and I'm working on making my own sugar now. Did it turn out perfect? No. But it tastes so good. It's almost like candy.
Do it. Is it any left? Very
You
little.
use it?
No, I ain't been eating it.
I
You
mean,
been eating it.
but it tastes so good. It's like candy. Now, once you make that stuff, and I made it, you'll realize ain't none of this stuff probably real sugar, because if you're using sugar cane,
It tastes like sugar cane.
it tastes like a real concentrated sweet sugar cane.
Yeah.
And that's the sugar that's in it. Now, my thinking on it was, I'm just gonna work on it and see if I can get it right. Now that I have done it, I know of another process that will work better. So if it works good, I'm gonna grow a whole lot more sugarcane next year.
We need to, because I see a way that we need to do make sugar. That's what I want to do, like now.
Yeah, she said, well, we got some more out there.
Yeah, I was like, go get that sugar cane out of
It's not enough. It's not enough, because it takes a lot. So sugar cane got a lot of water in it. So when you cook it down, it's going to reduce. And once it reduces, what's left is the concentrated sugars. And what's left out there is not enough to...
So even the stevia, you don't want to get stevia from the store. If it ain't green, you don't want it. Our stevia is green, and it's a leaf of sugar. Like one little bitty leaf can probably sweeten a little tiny bit, go a long way. That stevia in the store, they process everything.
Yeah.
It's totally different, and it leave a terrible aftertaste. I do make a extract with our stevia that we grow, and it doesn't leave that terrible aftertaste. You can cook with it or bake with it. I don't, but yeah, we got a lot of sugarness going on around here. If I could get my husband to go get the rest of them stalks out the yard, and we can make sugar. But he said next year.
Yeah.
No equal. Don't use equal either. None of those.
Anything that they sell in the store, guys, understand that it's not a natural product.
No.
Now, can you do without the store? No, you can't. But you can actually be aware, because all this stuff require a process.
Yes, they play too much with them stores.
Yeah, I mean, I know good and well, that sugar in there is not finna sit in no bag on no shelf for a year or two. It's just not. And anything that they can package up and put on the shelf, more than likely, it's not gonna be good. Your best bet, if you're gonna buy anything, is out of the cold section.
Yep, sugar cane, you just chop it down, it'll grow back. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna shoot up roots everywhere. So hopefully, I don't hold it. I don't think they doing the sugarcane festival this year.
They're probably not because the storm probably came and blew everybody's
Yeah.
sugarcane down.
Well, not even that. They got a lot of damages at the park too.
Yeah, but if it laid our sugarcane down, you can imagine what it did to a whole field of sugarcane
Yeah.
when that storm came through.
Yeah, they're not even open yet. So, all right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here so we can get going. We shall see y'all on Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So Lady Daggers said she met somebody who worked for Equal, and they said they'll never use it.
Well,
when you see that stuff, guys, I mean, it opens your eyes, and a lot of us don't look into the stuff that we use.
Yeah.
So stop thinking that one thing is better than the other just because they told you that.
it's like when pharmacists say, "I'll never take that medicine." I work in a pharmacy, and I'll never take synthetic medicine
Because they know better.
because they know better. So definitely look at all the people coming out of the medical field going to more of a holistic approach just because, or more natural. I'm telling you, boy, it's
Yeah.
all about money. They could care less about us. All about money.
And one of the guys on one of them shows say that, I raise chickens for sale, and I never, ever eat any of these chickens.
I told somebody yesterday, chickens are nasty. Chickens are nasty.
Yeah.
They are nasty.
They don't live very long, the ones that you actually purchase
Yeah.
for meat, but yeah,
Ooh, hot dogs.
but if you're going to raise your own and you can get them to free range, they are absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And way better for you.
They good, but they still nasty. But they good because they eat anything. Chickens eat anything, including each other. That's what I mean when I say they nasty. I don't mean they nasty to taste. They nasty because they crazy.
Most animals, ain't up to our par as far as being clean and taking care of themselves.
But not that
they
part.
they
Just
good.
their diet, because they don't eat each other. They'll eat each other poop. They don't care. It's
They don't
all
eat
around.
no poop.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You ain't never seen them do that?
Oh, you see all that poop in there? Why you eat all that?
They ain't gonna eat it all, but they nasty. So he need to go watch the chickens a little bit more. All right, y'all. Y'all have an
I
amazing
used to
day.
work in a pharmacy.
You giving some of these away?
One type of, I don't know, man. I love my little rabbit feet. I might, I don't know. I usually keep these. I'm gonna probably keep these till we go to a festival. I made these guys, so I got a whole bunch of rabbit feet.
This look like Smitty. Did you cut his nails?
No, I ain't got none of these nails.
Oh my
But-
goodness, I see one.
I had I went through the whole process, so they're absolutely clean. They
That's-
soaked for days and days and days,
Oh, that's weird. No for like, let me eat that.
and they are beautiful.
That's weird.
So I definitely want to make sure I can use as much of the stuff that we raise and grow. I'm gonna do furs, and I'm probably gonna send it to somebody and let them sew it. I don't know if I'm gonna make me a coat,
All right, Denzel.
or I might a chinchilla coat, or I might make me a throw to put on the couch.
Black tropical gangster. Denzel in America Gangster.
The thing is, it don't get cold enough for me to wear my chinchilla coat.
It don't, so you gotta go somewhere.
So I might have to do a blanket, but at some point, because we actually raised so many of them, I'll have some excess to play with.
Okie dokie. So y'all, with that being said, don't let nobody steal your joy. Thank y'all for all the love and support.
Yeah,
Y'all
send us a like, thumbs
have
up.
Have an amazing day, and we shall see y'all Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Black Tropical Homestead.
Till the next time, guys. Stand for blanket.